Hey everyone, I'm Neha from India Hikes. You have tuned into Trek Pro Tips with Neha, and in this video I'll be telling you how to reach Rishikesh. If you're trekking in Uttarakhand, say Kwari Pass, Pangarchula, Dhurital Chandrashila or Valley of Flowers, all these treks will require you to first come to Rishikesh. And I want to tell you how to get to Rishikesh because there are many ways to reach Rishikesh. However, keeping in mind that it's not just the travel, but also the fact that you have to do a trek after that, it's important to be smart about this. So I'll make it really simple for you by giving you my trek pro tips on how to get to Rishikesh. I'll also talk about what are the different options you have in terms of flight, train and bus. So make sure you look out for these pro tips and use them to plan your travel to Rishikesh. Let's get started. When you're planning your overnight journey to Rishikesh, my biggest and most important pro tip for you is that you reach Rishikesh the night before. And then you can take your onward journey from Rishikesh to the base camp the next morning. The reason I say this is that earlier at India Hikes, we would ask our trekkers to take an overnight transport to Rishikesh. They'll reach early morning, and then from Rishikesh, they would take the share taxi or public transport directly to the base camp. Now it seems convenient to connect your journey this way, but we've realized in the past couple of years that this actually does more harm than good. The reason is that you're constantly on the go right from the time you leave your home. You'll be taking a flight to Delhi or Dehradun, then you'll travel to Rishikesh. Then from Rishikesh, you're immediately taking a journey to the base camp, which will easily be 10 to 12 hours depending on which base camp you're going to. So altogether, you're spending about 36 hours constantly traveling, constantly on the go. And this is a complete killer on the trek. A lot of trekkers I've noticed feel completely tired, very lethargic when they get on the trek. They would have traveled all this way to enjoy the trek, which they eventually cannot because their body is so drained out. So having this overnight rest at Rishikesh will make a big difference for you when you get on the trek eventually. So I'd recommend that you come a day before. Another benefit of coming to Rishikesh a day before is that you'll be on time for your next morning connection from Rishikesh to the base camp. Because even if there's a delay, you'll be reaching Rishikesh and staying the night there and taking your connection from Rishikesh to base camp only next morning. Having said this, I want to now talk about why Rishikesh and not Haridwar. Rishikesh and Haridwar are just 25 kilometers apart, they're twin cities, and a lot of trains actually go to Haridwar and not Rishikesh. Yet, I would still ask you to go to Rishikesh. The reason is, your journey from Rishikesh to the base camp is already a long one. Depending on which trek you're going to, you'll take about 10 to 12 hours to reach your base camp from Rishikesh. So adding that extra 25 kilometers, which will take about 1.5 hours from Haridwar, is just adding to your already long journey to the base camp. So this doesn't make sense when you can start your journey from Rishikesh. Another thing is, if you're traveling during the peak festival season when local melas are going on, you have pilgrims, tourists, trekkers, everybody taking the same route, you will find that journey from Haridwar to Rishikesh will take even longer. So you don't want to do that. Come to Rishikesh, start your base camp drive from Rishikesh and keep it as short as possible. Let's now talk about how to get to Rishikesh. The quickest and the easiest way would be to book your flight to Dehradun. That would be my first option for you. The flight connectivity to Dehradun has been increasing of late, and most metro cities are well connected to Dehradun. So if you're able to get a direct flight and it's not too expensive, then I'd ask you to head to Dehradun. From there, you can easily go to Rishikesh. In fact, not many people know that Dehradun's Jolly Grant Airport is actually closer to Rishikesh than it is to Dehradun city itself. It's about 21 kilometers. So you'll easily be able to get a share taxi or a bus to head to Rishikesh from the airport. The share taxis are a little bit expensive. They cost about 800 to 1000 rupees. So if you're going in a group or you find co-passengers on the flight who are looking to go to Rishikesh, then you can share the costs with them. Otherwise, if you want to save some money, I have some good options for you. You can walk to the entrance of the airport terminal complex, from where you will get autos that are dropping passengers off. These autos are not allowed inside the terminal complex, so you'll have to walk to the entrance to get them. Now the autos take you to Rishikesh for about 300 rupees, so it's a really good deal if you're able to get one. Otherwise, you can also head to the main road, which is the Rishikesh-Dehradun highway. It's about a 1.5 kilometer walk. When you reach the highway, you'll be able to flag down buses that are heading to Rishikesh. And this is quite cheap, it'll just cost you about 50 rupees, maybe even lesser. So if you really want to save money, either take a auto or a bus. If your flight to Dehradun is expensive, then the second option would be to book your flight to Delhi. From Delhi, you can easily head to Rishikesh. I would ask you to keep your target time of reaching Rishikesh as 8 p.m. That way you can backtrack and book your tickets accordingly. So I would recommend book a flight that reaches Delhi say around 10 o'clock in the morning. That way by noon you will be able to catch the first bus from ISBT, the Kashmiri Gate bus stand, and head to Rishikesh. So you'll reach Rishikesh by 7-8 p.m. in the evening. You can directly head to the hostel, crash, and then head for your pickup to the base camp the next day. Now, in case your flight to Delhi does not reach in the morning, it reaches say 1 o'clock in the afternoon, then you have a really good option of taking a train from New Delhi railway station to Haridwar. This is the Jan Shatabdi Express and it leaves at 3:20. It should reach Haridwar by 8:30. It's supposed to reach at 7:30, but in the last 10 years I've never seen it come on time. But by 8:30 it'll definitely reach Haridwar. Now the good thing about the Haridwar railway station is that when you step out of the railway station, the bus stand is right there. So the moment you reach Haridwar, don't waste any time, grab your bags, head directly to the bus stand and get the first bus going to Rishikesh. The buses there are leaving almost every 5 to 10 minutes, but the last bus leaves at 9 o'clock. So make sure you don't waste any time. The moment you reach Haridwar, get the bus to Rishikesh. You'll reach in about an hour and a half, and then you can head to your hostel. Now, if you're taking the Jan Shatabdi, you'll reach Rishikesh only by say 10:30. So it is quite late. And I would only recommend it if you're not getting any other option. Buses usually take shorter time. If you're able to get a flight to Dehradun, that's even better. So take the Jan Shatabdi only if there's no other option of taking a bus from Delhi to Rishikesh. Now, in case you're not able to get a flight that reaches Delhi in the morning or in the afternoon, and you're reaching Delhi only by evening, then you'll probably have to take the overnight transport to Rishikesh. Now, this is something I'd really not recommend because like I said in the beginning of the video, you don't want to be taking an overnight journey and tiring yourself out. But sometimes you're not able to sync your tickets or your travel times, so you might have to take the overnight train. Now, if you're reaching Delhi in the evening, then the train that you must take is the Nanda Devi Express. The Nanda Devi Express will reach Haridwar, from where you can then take the bus to Rishikesh. Another option is to take a bus from Delhi to Rishikesh. Because you'll be traveling overnight, it'll take you lesser amount of time. So in 6 hours, you should reach Rishikesh. Now again, I would always recommend the bus over the train. Train is a little less taxing. The buses reach a little earlier than the trains. So keep this trade-off in mind and then plan your journey accordingly. But keep this as your last resort. With that, you have all the options on how to get to Rishikesh. You can either fly to Dehradun or fly to Delhi, and then from there you can take the bus or the train to head to Rishikesh. Keep in mind all the pro tips that I've mentioned so that you're able to plan your travel wisely. If you have any questions, just drop in a comment and I'll get back to you. You can also write to me at neha@indiahikes.com. And keep in mind that we are constantly posting about treks and trekking information on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So make sure to follow us. And also don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon next to it.